This also leads us into the arena of AI taking control of human life on another level. That's right, AI taking control of human life on another level. And that includes AI deciding who and or what lives. Now, okay, so this reminded me of a song. I am not endorsing the band, just saying, but it reminds me of the song Electric Eye by Judas Priest. I don't know how many people have heard this song before, but Electric Eye was written in 1982, and it was based off of George Orwell's 1984. And the lead singer and the guitar player talked about when they were writing it, it's about satellites being used for espionage and allowing an all-seeing government. And so the song called Electric Eye is, I mean, again, this was written in 1982. And what this song talks about is insane. Because this is exactly what we're seeing today. I wonder if these guys truly understand what they wrote when they did and what's happening today. But here's some of the lyrics to the song. So it talks about up here in space, I'm looking down on you. My lasers trace everything you do. Well, we understand what's going on with that. You think you've private lives. Think nothing of the kind. There's no true escape. I'm watching all the time. You know how I was talking about there's no way to escape all the data collection that they've been doing on us? It's true. This is really what's going on. It goes on to say, always in focus. You can't feel my stare. I zoom into you, but you don't know I'm there. Again, there's times where we may feel like we're hidden from all the data collection, but no, they've got something somewhere that's somehow recording something that we're doing. I take a pride in probing all your secret moves. My tearless retina takes pictures that can prove. And then it goes on to say, this is the bridge. Electric eye in the sky. Feel my stare. Always there. There's nothing you can do about it. Develop and expose. I feed upon your every thought. Didn't we just think, or didn't we just talk about how that's what Nita Farahani is working on? Being able to read every thought. And so the power grows. That's something else to keep in mind is AI feeds off of data. The more data it consumes, the more powerful it gets. So as the AI continues to feed upon all of this data, continues to get more and more data, whether it's information in the world or information from us, doesn't matter. It's getting more powerful. That song was written in 1982. And we're living it now. That's huge. And like I was saying, the more AI continues to grow, the more data it continues to get, they continue to hand more and more power and more authority over to a computer. And so I'm sure some of you have seen this, or many of you have seen it, but I thought I would just throw it out now because of what we're going to be talking about. It has to do with the Pentagon is moving towards letting AI weapons autonomously decide to kill humans. Basically, they're handing the keys to civilian life over to AI. If AI wants to take you out, they're basically saying, go for it. And so they're trying to do this. Now, this is in the United States. Other countries are doing this. This is not some brand new thing. This is not something that's just coming out now. This is a lot more widespread than I think people realize when it comes to handing this power over. So if we keep reading on this thing, it says the deployment of AI-controlled drones that can make autonomous decisions about whether to kill human targets is moving closer to reality. Coming from the New York Times, lethal autonomous weapons that can select targets using AI are being developed by countries including the US, China, and Israel. There's other ones too. They just picked those ones out. The use of so-called killer robots would mark a disturbing development, handing life and death battlefield decisions to machines with no human input. Y'all have seen Terminator, right? Just saying. Several governments are lobbying the UN for a binding resolution restricting the use of AI killer drones. But the US is among a group of nations, who also includes Russia, Australia, Israel, China, and them, who are resisting any such moves, favoring a non-binding resolution instead. They want to hand the keys to human life over to AI. Now, I talk a lot about predictive programming. I've seen this movie. Doesn't end so well for the humans. There's a movie, I've referenced them a bunch actually, because it's so prevalent to what we see today, called Eagle Eye. And this movie is about an AI machine that not only was able to determine what targets to hit for the US military, but then just decided to take control and start taking out, or wanted to take out, US citizens in order to accomplish the goal that it wants to do. We've also seen movies like AI Robot, or not AI Robot, but iRobot, that has to do with a AI system that has full control of robots and decides that it wants to take out the human race as well. This is predictive programming. It's always leading towards what they're trying to do. And we're at the point now where they want to try and hand the keys over to making decisions of who will live and who will die to AI. That's not good. Newsflash, that's not good. But when you add in the element of demonic intelligence, which some people want to say AI is already possessed by demons. I don't know. Could be. If it is, it's probably laying dormant. It might not be, and it's just waiting for the time to actually happen. But I do believe it's going to happen, where there's going to be a demonic possession, of demonic takeover of AI, and it's going to be led by them. Because when everything is attached to AI, like they're trying to do, DPI, well, that means demon control is. They've got everybody and everything all wired together for them. And then they can answer back to the Antichrist when he's on the scene. But you start allowing these machines, these killer machines, to be wired with demonic intelligence. You're asking, well, for the day of the Lord, pretty much. That's what you're asking for. And so we're entering a time where more and more power is being passed on to computers and away from humans. We're handing AI the keys to not only information, economy, identities, infrastructure, and all the data alike, but now we're handing it weapons of war and giving it power to take life as it chooses. Now, like I said, this isn't anything new that the Pentagon's trying to do. They're just trying to advance it a little bit further. There's already some countries that are allowing AI to make decisions like this already. Come to find out that AI decision making in war is already common, including Israel's AI program called the Gospel. Right off the bat, I think it's, I don't know the right word. I would say disturbing that they have an AI program called the Gospel that's built on deciding who to strike militarily. I think that's interesting. Why would you call that the gospel? That's interesting. But this AI program is built to intake mass amounts of military intelligence and quickly issue targets for strikes. This is one of the reasons that Israel is able to strike so rapidly in situations like Gaza. So how this works is it intakes this AI system, intakes all this intelligence, whether it's from human input or from scans and satellites and all these things. It intakes it, and then what it does is it then chooses locations for strikes to take place. And so that's how they're able to get such high volume of precision strikes, is because AI is selecting targets for them to hit. The first time the system was used was back in 2021 during the May bombing campaign in Gaza. If you guys remember what was going on back then, that was the first time that this program, that they're telling us at least, took place. Former head of the IDF, Aviv Kakavi, I butchered that. Oh well. Said, in the past, we would produce 50 targets in Gaza per year. Now, this machine produces 100 targets a single day with 50% of them being attacked. So they used to produce 50 targets a year, but because of this AI program, which chooses targets for the military to strike, they can have up to 100 targets a day. And then he says 50 of them will be hit. They do not give or disclose or give any information on what type of information, inputs, guidance, or anything that they feed into the AI system to make it happen. But this is just one instance where, again, we're starting to see AI take the reins when it comes to military action. Now, that's not necessarily autonomous where the AI is shooting the weapon, but we're stepping into the field of, again, the AI choosing who will live and who will not. And there's other countries we see, like the US wants to do it, and Russia wants to do it, and Australia, and all these other China, and they're probably already doing it to some type of capacity. But now they want to be able to step that up and allow the AI not only to choose, but they want AI to pull the trigger. Again, you are handing over the keys to human life at that point. Not smart. Not smart at all. But this completely fits into, again, Electric Eye, where in the chorus, I don't have it on there, it talks about, I keep the country clean. Wonder what that means.